we are joined from Dubai by Vijay Valecha, who is joining us as CIO at Century Financial. Vijay, thank you so much for joining us again on the show. Let me start with the question about the employment data we were expecting yesterday. And how did you read it, and how do you see their impact on the Fed's decision in the next few months?
Well, it does look like the data was extremely disappointing, but it was not met with as much disappointment from the market side. Also, the policymakers pretty much kind of shrugged it under the rug, but the data was actually very disappointing. We have seen numbers to be bad, unemployment climbing to 4.6% is a worrisome game because the most important thing Fed wants 2 or 3 rate cuts next year, which is the dot plot that they are making, and that looks very, very likely. But at the same time, if unemployment does seem to creep up above 5% at any given time, it will become a disastrous situation, and the rate cuts might be a faster requirement that we are not prepared for as of now.
Vijay, we saw a video by the Valerie from ETF. We were expecting a rally by year end, so we are approaching, but the rally that was expected by the market doesn't exist, and many people were hoping there will be a rally that will extend into 2026. What do you think?
Well, we had a really good start to the year in 2025, but then the second half has been kind of a lackluster. Overall, it's still not a bad year when you look at it in terms of the S&P is up almost 12%. We are seeing Nasdaq is up almost 20%. Europe has done outperformed very well this year. The DAX is up almost 20%. When we look at the smaller countries like Spain and Italy, FTSE MIB is up 30% plus. The IBEX is up 40%. So it's been a very good year in terms of an annual thing. Yes, we have seen a slow movement, a slow growth coming in at the end of the year, but it does look like we will have a promising start to next year.
Do you think it will be promising given renewed on continued talk about high valuations, especially for the technology companies, and the continued talk about a bubble in the AI space?
I mean, we keep talking about the bubble. When we actually have seen previous bubbles, we don't see Nasdaq growing by only 20% in the year. This growth has not come on overall in the entire tech space. There are few companies, a few pockets which have ballooned up, but it doesn't look like a overall bubble which can which can disrupt the economy or which can cause a big problem. Either maybe we are just the starting phase of the bubble, but it doesn't seem to be a very troublesome situation as of now. We don't expect that next year's growth will also be above like a 20%. We expect lower to mid double digit growth, so like around 10 to 15% growth overall on all indices across the world. So I don't really see that we are in a bubble or a great inflationary environment as of now. The concerns are more of the unemployment side, and if there could be any geopolitical tensions. By the earnings that we are seeing by all the companies, the big companies around the world, we do see that there is actually merit to the growth in AI and the technology sector.
Do you believe that we will enter the new year 26 in the first few years with calmness in the market in anticipation of more signals, and maybe uncertainty will be a little bit less?
It does look like we did start this year with a lot of geopolitical tensions, a lot of tariff uncertainties. Those have greatly been reduced now, and that it does look like what ECB is calling it a good place to be. We have seen inflation actually being quite subdued this year. Inflation has not taken a huge spike. We of course we have not seen the 2% desired rate across America. But at the same time, at the 3.1%, it looks like it is a much more certain time and a much more easier situation than we were in the start of 2025. So 2026 does look very, very promising in terms of less uncertainty, better growth, and probably we might not see the growth that we have seen on metals like gold and silver like this year. But yes, overall it does look like a good year.
Vijay Valecha, CIO at Century Financial, thank you so much for having joined us today. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much.